Alright, it's inquiry time. This first tutorial will walk you through the cells 1 through 4 of the IIP. This is document C1, and we're just going to be talking about cells 1 through 4 in this tutorial. For item number 1, based on findings from self-assessment, determine areas of focus. And this is the assessment that this is from the module of assessment and teaching and learning, and where you and your support provider work together to find out what are some areas that need to be focused on, or areas where you would like to focus on in your own instruction. This needs to be 3 to 5 sentences in a statement, and you need to make sure that you include the academic area, math, ELA, Spanish, as well as the instructional focus. So in writing, I want my students to be participating in more constructed response where they cite specific evidence. So I have my academic area and my instructional focus. As we move over to box number 2, which CSTP elements will be addressed, you need to make sure you can actually just go to the CSTPs themselves and copy and paste them into this box. You need to have 1 to 2, and these CSTPs that you select need to be tied to what you put in box 1 or item 1, where you discussed the academic area, the instructional focus, and what you have learned based off of your self-assessments. So again, in box 2 you can copy and paste, but they need to be tied to what you put in box 1. So when you move on to item 3, develop 3 to 5 focus questions for this inquiry. The questions need to come from the CSTPs that you have put in item number 2. They need to be linked very closely to those, but also you need to be thoughtful in reflecting back to item number 1. So if in item number 1 you put something about students being more engaged in writing, your focus questions might be, how can I use technology to engage my students? How can I use interactive structures to engage my students during writing? You should have, I would say, 3 to 5 questions. They need to be complete questions, and bullet point them in this section. And finally, in box number 4, what are the anticipated measurable outcomes for student learning? This is the best place to look at the sample that was provided during the December ARC meeting. In fact, when I work with my PT, we paste that right into this box, and then we go through and we customize it for our academic area, for our instructional focus, and based off of our questions. But because the language, that measurable outcome language, is so specific, I advise you strongly to look at the sample IIP that was provided. Cells 1 through 4 are all we're going to cover right now. Stay tuned for the next one.